Hey, I'm Corey Congilio from Martin Guitar here at Sam Ash Music today talking about the Rhodes Series. Now, the Rhodes Series is special for Martin because it's an affordable group of instruments that really has gone through a few changes, mainly in nomenclature. Now, why did we change the name? Well, Martin has a long history of SKUs and model numbers, as we like to say, that might confuse the customer. They're tried and true Martin instruments, and now you'll be able to pick one with more confidence, hopefully from this video. Not only has the name changed, we've changed some appointments. The guitars sound and play fantastic, and I'm going to show you the differences between all of them. You'll see that they now come in the 10 series, the 11 series, the 12 and 13 series. And just like in traditional Martin nomenclature, you'll know as we increase in number, we increase in appointments. We're going to talk about the woods, the construction, the playability, and even the electronics that are built in these guitars and how they're ready to go right out of the box. All right, let's check out some of these guitars. We're going to walk through the series. We're going to do some comparisons so you really get a chance to hear not only each instrument individually, but a comparison between this one, let's say, and maybe a 00013E. Now, this is the 00010E, and you'll notice that we have an E at the end of our model name. That denotes the electronic package that's in these instruments. First of all, it's the Fishman MXT. It's new for Fishman. It's a great design with a tuner built in. It's very discreet. You can barely see it when you're playing, and there's also a volume and tone control here as well. And there's a lovely sort of battery compartment in the back, so you don't have to go digging your hand in the sound hole of the guitar to change the battery. So let's get those specifics out of the way right off the bat, because all of these instruments will have that electronic package. Now, when we're talking about the 10 series, this is the least appointed of all the series, but that doesn't mean it's any less in quality or tone or playability. The one I'm holding here is a 00010E. Now, we know from years of Martin guitar building that 000 is this wonderful, comfortable body size here that's great for all sorts of playing, whether it be the fingerstyle player, the blues player, the single note player, and the strummer. It's going to work, and more importantly, it's very comfortable, particularly if you're a guy my size that's sitting on a couch. You can really cradle it, and it's got a wonderful sort of feel, comfortability, and of course tone. So what you'll notice about this instrument is that it has the same top as the back and sides. Now, this is a Sapelli top, back, and sides. It's a very mahogany-esque sort of tone wood. The neck shape is super comfortable. It's the performing artist's neck shape with high performance taper. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is that it's a very uniform feel from the first fret all the way up to the 12th fret. Now, it does gain in thickness ever so slightly, but nothing that I think that would deter you from wanting to play this instrument for a while. It has closed gear tuners, it has a rich light fingerboard, and it looks great, and it kind of really pays homage to our 00015 series, instruments like that, because it's got a warm sound, a very even tone overall. So if you're a fingerstyle player, or maybe you're doing some more of the percussive thing, what you'll notice is about a guitar that's composed of woods like this, top, back, and sides, it's that it's very even. The highs are nice and bright, the lows aren't too boomy. It's a great instrument, folks. All solid wood, again, comes with electronics and a gig bag. That's a really, really quality soft shell case. Let's hear the D10 against this, just so we can hear a dreadnought against this instrument and stay within that same series. Okay, so I'm holding the D10E now, and you can see that it's a classic dreadnought shape. What they've done here is they've added this lovely pearl rosette, so it looks good. It's got a nice sort of flash to it, as opposed to just sort of more of a plain Jane looking guitar with a Sapelli top. This is going to be a Sitka top, and it really just has the classic Martin look and feel. Again, same neck shape and taper across the board with all these models, and same electronic package as well. So one of the last chords I played on that 00010 was this. should be able to hear is that it's got a little bit richer low end. And you can hear when I dig in for that, those notes really jump out of this guitar. The larger body size projects a little bit more, has some more low end. If we're playing some bigger stuff like I was playing in some of the intro music, there's more sparkle to this guitar. That's because of the spruce top. When you have a smaller guitar that's all a Sapele style composition, it's going to be a little mellower. So if you're somebody that just wants to kind of play lightly, that mellow sound might really work for you. But if you want to dig in a little bit more, this type of dreadnought might be for you. Now, if you're also more of a singer-songwriter, if you're playing some lovely chords like that, beautiful balance here as well. Yeah, it just really works for the price point. These instruments are fantastic, and again, gig bag electronics, all solid wood right out of the box. So this is the D10. You just heard the triple O10. Let's move on and check out some other series. Okay, so let's jump up one digit in nomenclature, and we're going to change body size too. This is the GPC 11E. So let me explain what that is. Well, we've moved up in appointments to the 11 series. Now that means we still have that lovely rosette, but we have a gloss top. And I may have forgotten to mention that the 10 series here is all satin top, back, and side. So as you move to the 11, you get a gloss top. Now you're going to say to yourself, well, I remember the Rhodes series from years ago. What's the difference in the nomenclature and all that? You can actually go on the website and it will say formerly DRSG or something like that. If you're familiar with that guitar of old, it'll tell you, it'll have the corresponding older model name, if you will. So don't get confused. We're here with the 10s, the 11s, the 12s, and the 13s. And we've moved on to the 11. This is a different body shape entirely. This is the Grand Performance body that is really something that Martin created about 7 years ago, and it's a wonderful tweener, I like to call it. You know, I get emails and messages on social media because I'm in these videos a lot of times, and I'm a full-time touring and session musician, and I use a lot of these products for the different kind of gigs I do. So a lot of folks trust my opinion. Thank you in advance. And I like to tell them that if you're stuck on which one to choose, this GP body is really a solid choice between a dreadnought and an OM or a triple O, because it's got the deeper body, it's got more of that dread type depth. It's not quite as big as a dread all around, but it still throws a lot of volume, and it's going to be good for a variety of different things. You'll see this style of instrument popular with singer-songwriters, folks that play in church a lot, because it just covers a lot of ground, and it's got a cutaway. So the GP body size, C, cutaway, 11 series, E, electronics. Again, same electronics package, same neck shape, spruce top, Sapele back and sides. And again, that's a very balanced tone there. And maybe you're kind of playing this kind of stuff. Yeah, really strong instrument. Now, what a lot of folks like to do with an instrument like this is throw a capo on, play some songs in their church or their coffee shop. So not a lot of overwhelming low end, great high end balance. And you know, when I watch these videos, I say to myself, nobody ever uses a capo, but we always use capos, right? In a lot of these songs and styles that we're playing. So I thought I'd bust it out. Okay, so this is the GPC 11E. Again, electronics built in, tuner built in, padded carry bag, all solid wood construction. Great, great instrument if you're looking for something that's in between a dreadnought and a triple O or an OM. All right, let's move on and check out a couple more guitars. So now I'm holding the D-12E, and it's very similar to the other models, but there's a few things we want to talk about. Again, we jumped up one number in nomenclature. We went from 11 to 12. So now, instead of just a gloss top and satin back and sides, we have an entire full gloss finish here. This sort of looks like the little brother or a cousin to a traditional D28 that we've come to know and love all these years. Again, same neck profile, great playability, great Fishman electronics on board. That tuner that's built in mutes the output. I forgot to say that earlier. It does come with a great soft bag that's really protective. And in this particular model, they decided to do an open gear style tuner on here. It has that really sort of classic look. So again, this is all gloss, top, back, and sides. Really, really feels great, looks sharp, and sounds good too. So we love to compare guitars, right? Let's check out the D12 against the D10. That's all satin, and we'll see if we hear a difference. So I'll let you be the judge of which one you liked better. I think they both sounded great, and you're going to say, of course you said that they both sounded great, right? But they really did. I mean, I get to sit behind them and play them, and they really inspire at what they are. The price point, the construction, and what you're getting as a package deal is really pretty impressive with these guitars, regardless if you're in the 10 series or if you're in an instrument like this with the 12 series. You'll notice that they both have black binding, and that's going to be something that sets them apart from the 13s when we go up and demo those as well. So without further ado, let's jump to the 13s. This is a 13 and a GPC 13E to be exact. So it's that Grand Performance body size. It's a cutaway, hence the C in the name. And it's a 13, and that means that we're going to have gloss top, back, and sides, white binding. And this instrument does have the Sitka top, but it has a Mountenier back and sides. So what is Mountenier? The wood Ovenkal or Bubinga, those woods have gotten popular over the years in guitar building for tone woods. And this Mountenier wood really falls sort of in the class of those. I'll play a little bit. It's somewhat rosewoody. Not quite, falls somewhere in between mahogany and rosewood, which is always nice. Again, since this is our in-between body size, maybe we'll have an in-between tone wood as well. Then I'll play the 11 against this so you can get an idea of what it sounds like as well. Well, right off the bat, I noticed that this being the Sapelli back and sides has a little bit softer, warmer tone, and that Mountenier back and sides on the 13 really sort of projects a little bit more. So you have to get your hands around these guitars, but these videos really help, and I try to play some examples that might be more real world like. I play a lot with artists, singer-songwriters. I tour and do sessions often, so different sorts of music is getting thrown at me a lot, and I need to choose wisely. So if that's sort of your wheelhouse, if you have to cover a lot of ground, you might want to look at this sort of body style and then narrow it down to those different combinations of tone woods as well. Hopefully that helps you. Okay, so we just heard the GPC 11E against the 13, which is also a GPC. This is the Rhodes series. We got one more guitar to show you. I'm really excited to play this one for you because it's sort of like the top of the heap in the Rhodes series. Okay, let's check it out. So when I'm playing a guitar like this, I really want to dig in and try to play something that reminds me of old blues, something that would sound like a boxy old flat top. It just has that body size and definition and projection that a lot of those old sounds that we love come from. The smaller body has more of a focused tone to me, and when you're playing single notes, you may not get the bass response from maybe a dreadnought or something, but you're going to get that focus, and I think that's really cool, particularly if you're playing some articulate stuff. That's why fingerstyle players tend to like these smaller body guitars. Really sounds great for that. Now you can play full-sized, full big chords. It's actually really going to sound great, but you might not have that overwhelming boom from the low end. And that's what we're doing here with this 00013E. Now this is a little bit different animal. It is a 000 size. And again, like some of the models in the Rhodes series that are, the higher end, I will say, of the Rhodes series, have that lovely abalone rosette there, that pearl rosette actually. And the Cirrus back and sides on this model is what separates it from the other ones. This has a little bit more of a rosewoody punch to me. It's just a different sound altogether. So hopefully, as you've sat through this video and heard me compare these instruments, you're saying, oh, okay, that 000 right there, that's all Sapelli top, back, and sides. This one sounds way different from what I remember. We're going to compare those in a minute, but they're getting the job done for the kind of player that is interested in this guitar, whether it be fingerstyle, more of a single note bluesy type player, or the singer-songwriter that is really just comfortable with this kind of instrument. So, again, all gloss, top, back, and sides, Cirrus back and side wood here, Sitka on the top. As always, the Fishman electronics with the hidden tuner, love that, mutes the output. Just gonna keep repeating all that stuff so we know it. Soft shell case that's very protective, great neck shape from along every guitar. Every guitar has the same neck shape, so you're not saying, well, this one feels a little bit different than that one. It's going to be the same neck shape. It's that performing artist neck design and high performance taper. Really great instruments. Let's demo the 00010 that we played earlier against the 00013, and we'll really hear a difference between the woods. I'll play some similar ideas too. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's the Rhodes series from Martin Guitar. You heard me play through the 10 series, the 11, 12, and 13 like I'm holding here. And as we talked about all of the different appointments that go up through the line, I think you're going to be able to find an instrument in this series that really suits you and your playing style. Once again, I'm Corey Congilio from Martin Guitar, and you can check out the Rhodes series and all of Martin Guitars at Sam Ash.